What up, what up? This is your boy Checo.
This is your boy Noe. What up?
And this is Compas Unfiltered. Thank you guys for listening, for watching. Make sure you guys follow all of our social media, subscribe and like.
And make sure you go rate us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify. Make sure you drop a comment on YouTube. Like and subscribe.
Yes, sir. Enjoy the episode.
I don't know if it's a personal question, but do you have a certain, I don't know how to word it, and I don't know if it's the machista in me, like, do you have a certain not list, like you have certain things you want done, like ahorita you say your wife's not working,
Yeah.
like, and you were the provider of income y todo, right? Like, do you expect for her to like come home to a clean house, a meal? No.
I don't say that I expect it.
Or do you think just taking care of the kids is enough?
I don't think that's enough, bro. They should be able to. They should be able to carry the weight of being the mom and the wife. But I don't expect it. Like, I tell her, like, hey, take your time, whatever you need to do, as long as it gets done. I'm not telling her like, cuando llegue en la casa tiene que estar todo limpio, lavado, planchado, swept, mop.
No, yeah.
But
that's not how things work. No. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna front and be like, "Oh yeah, I help." I mean, I'll take out the garbage and stuff like that, little random things. But no, I'm not washing dishes. No.
Oh, okay.
That would be help, right?
Yeah.
Are you washing dishes, bro?
I try to, but if it's not wishes,
No, that's not his thing.
Dishes.
Like, his thing is not dishes, but he'll help me do other things that I don't like doing. So, yeah. But we both work, so.
Like, I mean, if she asks me for help, like, I always tell her, like, if you need help, just tell me. But women seem like they want to, like, us to, like, just jump up and be like, instead of sitting on the couch, I'm gonna go wash the dishes. Like, I'm not gonna do that, bro. That doesn't work that way. But if you need help, let me know. I'll help.
They gonna cancel him like Andrew Tate.
Hey, man.
No, it's funny.
It's just, you asked me a question. I'm not gonna front. I'm not gonna lie.
No, I have that. Well, not that same mentality, but see, like, we've had that conversation. Like, como le digo, the goal is for me to be the provider of the income, and you staying home with the baby. Pero I'm like, también we have to understand, like, I'm working all day. Like, I have to, like, not come home to a dirty house,
Yeah.
We kind of agree on that, like, I'm not expecting it, but like, como dices tú, like, it'll be nice, or I don't know how to.
It'll be done. I mean, to me, it's more like it'll be done. It doesn't have to be done. You don't have to do everything today, but I mean, the house shouldn't be dirty in the first place, bro. You know what I mean? Like, but I don't expect her to do laundry every day, mop every day, and all that. Pero pues que esté semi-clean, and then like have your days to clean the bathroom, have your days to clean your kitchen, whatever schedule works for you, as long as it gets done. Yeah. I have to go to work. I have a schedule at work. I got to get that done. Like. Mm-hmm. So I mean, I think that's how it works, bro.
I'm the opposite, bro.
Yeah,
you help out
because my wife works.
Yeah,
so I can't expect her to do all those chores like I put in. So I do laundry, I wash dishes and shit, and I clean up around the house, because we both work. If I was the only one working and she was home all day, I would probably think the same. Yeah. But since we both bring in income to the house, we both got to put in.
Yeah.
But I'm sure you guys have heard it before that being a stay-at-home mom is also like a lot of work.
It's a lot of work.
You know what I mean? Like, just the kids themselves. Like, I have one, and I struggle to clean the house. With his nap times and everything. Like, I called him yesterday. He stays home on Mondays, and I called him and I asked him, "Hey, can you wash the dishes? If you have time." And I call him, and like the baby's like crying his lungs out, and I'm like, you know what? Don't worry about the dishes. Just don't let him cry. But like, at least I know that he gets to see like the struggle of like, you can barely do anything with the baby. Maybe when they get older, maybe it's easier. I don't know. I haven't been there yet, but it's hard being a stay-at-home mom.
You don't feel like we're getting just softer and like you're like, oh, don't let them cry. Like, maybe they're supposed to cry a little bit, and it's fine. Like, you wash the dishes.
That's how I used to. That's how I used to think. And then I heard this episode with Joe Rogan, and he had on this doctor, and he said like that mentality is bad for the kid in the long run, porque it shows the kid, porque I was like that, like, let him cry, like he's gonna be okay, But then I heard this episode, and he was like, it was this doctor that he studied all that, like I can't remember the word, trauma. Like a lot of trauma victims, like that are going through it and the grown up stage. So they're like, it all started. They were not neglected, but it was mostly like lo dejaban llorar, you know.
But I feel like it's one thing.
Porque it depends. It depends on the situation. Like if you know there's something wrong with your baby, you're gonna go and try to like go to whatever their need is. So I think there's ways to have them like entertain them. Like if he's crying, like I'll move him from one place to the other. So like I'll have him in his high chair having a snack, and then I'll move him to the living room to play with his toys, and I'll go back and forth. But then I'll realize, okay, he needs a nap. So when I called him, I knew that the baby needed a nap. So I'm like, hey, go put him to sleep. Don't worry about the dishes. And so. But it's hard.
That's nice of you though. How she's like, don't worry about the dishes, bro. Like, Abner's in the back, like playing PlayStation. Like, yes.
I wanted to play when he was sleeping, but I didn't like. As soon as I turned it on, he started crying. I'm like, okay, let's go take care of Matias. And then I had tried everything. I had sat him down. He had just ate, so he's usually good about just being there, looking at me. I'm talking to him. I'm washing dishes, you know. Pero esta vez he didn't want to stay, and I had already fed him. I had already changed him, and I had left him in the living room area para que juegue con sus juguetes. Y as soon as I would walk to the kitchen, he would start crying. Y se paraba en los sillones, like he would grab onto the sillones. And since we have ceramic, I was scared that he like might fall back and like hit his head. So I didn't want to leave him just crying.
Yeah, that age is tough, man.
So I wanna not raise a soft baby, pero también no quiero que esté llorando to the point where like he thinks I'm neglecting him, you know, like. You know what I'm saying?
It's getting tough for them, bro.
It's que we've talked about it. We've talked about it on the pod. Like, how do you raise a good kid? You know, like,
what do you think, Checo?
I don't have a kid, bro, so I can't.
No, like you, cents. Like okay, let's put it in your perspective. Like your parents, were your parents strict, not strict? How did you grow up?
This is the wrong question for Checo, bro. He wasn't a good kid. He isn't.
No, por eso. Pero how are your parents? Did your parents play a part on how you became?
Obviously, right? You're a product of your environment and how you grow up. So, but my parents were not strict at all, bro. No. But I mean,
but we're talking about babies. Yeah. Bro. Like when I talk to my mom. Yeah, when I talk to my mom, she's like, dude, like, I had to do stuff. Like, I didn't have time to, like, go and hold you that much. And, like...
You hear that a lot, too.
Yeah, like, and it's like, I mean, I don't feel like I was neglected.
They're like, oh, we made it happen. Yeah, like, I had 5 kids, 10 kids, and, I survived that, but... I don't know. Maybe we are getting softer as parents.
I just feel like, I mean, do you feel like you were neglected? I don't feel like I was neglected. The fact that my mom had to go cook and had to clean and had to make sure we were good.
I think there was traumas. Not that I'm not saying like, oh, I have trauma or whatever, but I think there to a certain point, like I know I've heard a lot about like how they were able to do it because that older kid would like be taking care of the smaller kids, or whatever. But I don't know. I think every parent is different. And I think that every child is different too. So like some parents are not going to struggle. Like in the aspect of like sleeping, we sleep like people kept telling us, you're not going to sleep. You're not going to sleep. We sleep, but there's parents that can't sleep,
Yeah,
so
right.
I think it just depends on the child and the parent and I don't know, maybe the toughness of the mom or the dad.
So you guys do you guys feel like you guys are soft or no?
I think we are.
I don't think. Well, in my perspective, I don't think I am.
That was a rhetorical question. You drop off the baby, bro. Both of you guys. Yeah, that's soft, bro. Different cars.
Hey,
we got to take turns. One day you go out there.
Yeah. And that's our cue right there.
Carry my
I think that's good. What I tell people, I want to be there at least the first year. Like I remember when I first started working.
He'll get heavier though.
No, I remember the first thing, the first years I was working at the job delivering. I think I went a year working 6 days a week. Y ahorita once we had the baby, I feel like I've taken a lot more days off.
That's good. That's the way it should be.
So I remember I would ask for like days just to go to the appointments. The ultrasound appointments. I would see other moms. No. It was rare when you would see the husband, And I was like, is this not normal? Like what I'm doing, you know?
It's your first point. So I think that's good, bro. I think that's the way it should be, to be honest. Don't put your work first. Put your family first.
Yeah.
But don't be soft.
I was talking. I was
too late, bro. Too late.
I was talking to somebody today. I'm like, I'm not gonna pick my job over my family, you know. Y ahorita as he's growing up, I wanna meterlo en un soccer team, and I just don't want to limit him to a soccer team. I want him to be in a sport all year round, you know. So there's gonna be. I work Saturdays. I'm like, I either need to come up with a deal with my bosses where I'm off Saturdays, or I need to start looking for another job. Porque I want to be there when he scores his first goal. You know, like ahorita, I think your kid's in baseball. Right? Mm-hmm. Like, how was it him seeing him hit his first ball? You know, like I'm already thinking I'm gonna be crying. So I think I am raising us up, baby. You know what? I think I am.
Oh man.
Today's episode was about Abner realizing he's a soft.
He's a soft parent. It happens, bro. Because we talked about this on one of the pods where when he was done with the baseball season, they handed out trophies because we talked about. And I was like, dude, why am I tearing up, bro? You know what I mean? Like, but it does give you that emotion, bro.
Yeah. I even saw a video that the coach was telling him, "Okay, everybody's a winner." You know, they're like, "No, not everybody's a winner." Like, there's first place and second place. If they told you that everybody's a winner, your dad's a loser. I'm like, oh shit. Like I'll find the video and I'll send it to you.
And with that being said, welcome to the pod.
Welcome to the pod, bro.
I didn't introduce you guys, but Abner and the number one critic, Jenny.
What's up?
But now that we're talking about getting soft, family, and whatnot, January 2023, things are gonna change. Maybe, right?
Oh, maybe
with the Safety Act.
Yep.
The purge law?
I don't think so. But go ahead. What do you think, bro?
No, well, I'm not really. I'm just gonna talk from what I know. You know, you guys can
don't hold back.
You guys can fact check me, pero as soon as it came into effect, you saw everybody commenting on it. You know, like, oh, it's gonna get crazy. Time to move out of Illinois.
Yeah.
Que all these people are gonna go rampant. Robbing people, killing people. I really didn't think nothing of it. Right away, you saw both sides. You know, like one of them saying like, "Oh, it's the left," and another one is the right, and that's when I decided like, yeah, I need to step back for a bit. That's all I knew, that they're not gonna have bail for people that commit crimes. I don't even know the crimes, but I know she's.
You're on it.
She's on it, so she can talk more about it.
Well, like I work with the state, so you know that our job is trying to train us on it. There's this thing called bond call, and I actually do that. I volunteer. Well, it's not really volunteer because our job doesn't offer like any type of overtime, so that's like our way to get like extra pay. So we volunteer to do like weekends, and we'll go in there and I'll do like all the criminal history, all the stuff that needs to be done for us to decide, or for the state, which is like the attorneys, to present to the judge to decide what their bail is. So based on, you know, all the criminal history that I run and all of that, and all the information that I get to the attorney, then they present that to the judge, and the judge decides what kind of, you know, bail they get. So we're very involved in all of that. So they're trying to like train us and tell us, you know, what's going on. But I feel like everyone's freaking out, and it is for a reason that, you know, they should. I mean,
it's with reason.
With reason. There's some things that are kind of crazy that are gonna happen. Like I've heard that, you know, that if there's like let's say a burglar in your house, somebody, you know, breaks into your house, and you call the cops, they can't even arrest that person. Apparently, if there's a certain type of crime that somebody does, they bring you in, the judge can't give you a bail anymore. But the good thing about it is that the attorney, like the state attorney's office, what they can do is they can ask for a hearing so that the judge can, you know, retain that person, like keep them in custody. So it's not like all free, you know, where everybody can go and do whatever crime
and go home.
there is certain crimes. The reason why they did this, I was reading an article that the reason why they did this was because apparently they didn't think it was fair that, you know, they would do a $30,000 bail on someone and they only had to pay 10%. Well, for somebody that's wealthy, you know, or for like somebody like a drug dealer who $3,000 for them is nothing, you know, like they're just going to get out. So the purpose is, or the reason behind this is that, okay, that person that gets the $3,000 bill that can afford it now doesn't have an option to get out, because if they go through this hearing, there's no bail there. You can't get out by just paying. You're going to stay in there until you're proven guilty. Yeah. So
it's mainly minorities, right?
So
who can't afford
equity.
What?
So the point of all this is equity. Like everybody gets a fair chance at.
That's kind of what
Equality?
It is.
Equity.
Oh.
Like equal. Everybody
Equality.
equal.
Equality.
Well, it's kind of the same thing.
Okay.
But it's mainly like minorities, bro, who can't afford, for the most part, for bail. And you do have a better chance fighting for your case outside than you are if you were to be locked up.
Right.
So it does. I agree with that. You know, I agree with why it's kind of happening. Overpopulation in Illinois with jails. Like, there's too many people. And obviously, if some of those people can actually get out, and especially if it's like a misdemeanor or a first-time offense, why should they be locked up?
Yeah.
You know, just because somebody who does have money was able to get out, you know, you're not giving them a fair shot. And especially if they're like a first-time offender.
Yeah.
So, and then some of the crimes, bro, that, I mean, they're making it seem like it's a purge, right?
Yeah.
And it's not like that at all, because you still have first-degree murder. That's you're definitely going to jail.
Yeah.
Second degree, it's not intentional, right? It's you could probably be an aggravated DUI, right? You killed somebody, but it wasn't with the intention of trying to kill that person. So that's what this
second degree.
So that would be second degree or aggravated DUI. You still have residential burglary. You still get to go to jail. You do. It is not, well, from what I'm reading, it's not like how they say it. Because I did see that one TikTok of that one, like, mayor or whatever. Like, if someone comes into your home or into your property, then the police can't remove them. From what I'm reading, that's false. They can still get arrested, but they're just not going to be, there's going to be no bail, because that's like a petty offense, right? It's a misdemeanor.
But they'll go in, they'll get like their next court date, and they'll be let out. No?
They'll be let out. Yeah.
That's kind of scary.
That's kind of scary, bro.
But it also depends on the judge. If the judge sees that this person has priors, they're not going to let them go.
Yeah.
So there's no bail, but if you do have priors, guess what? There's no bail, so you're stuck there fighting your case.
Yeah.
I
guess it makes sense to like to a certain, you know, but I don't know. It's just, there's some, like, I don't know, like there's I listen to a lot of true crime, and a lot of things you hear from these, you know, serial killers or these killers in general is that they never had, like, you know, any past history of, you know, of any type of you know, offense, any other type of offenses. So
any priors.
So that kind of, like, you know, what if they do go back, you know, like.
Well, this was my thing too, though. The fact that as a burglar, you know, if you get caught, you won't have a bail.
Yeah.
Right? Because that's what you're saying, right? If you do get caught, the judge may not give you a bail.
Especially if you're a repeated offender. So if this isn't your first rodeo, burglarizing a home or anything like that, the judge can hold you. Then be like, no,
and if it's your first?
If it's your first, I mean, a lo mejor te van a citar en quebrada.
But if they see something,
but they have to see that you're not a threat to society.
So they still have a pretty good chance of like not getting a bail, and that's almost worse, you know.
That is almost.
But if they don't have any priors, they probably won't get a bail.
But it's still on the judge, though.
It's still on the judge, yeah.
Well, I was telling about I was talking to my husband about the other day. There was an article that came out. There's some blogger out there that was talking about one of our judges, that apparently she let somebody out on bail. It wasn't. Well, they were set a bail, but I don't know if you guys have seen that sometimes you can be let out on your signature. So you don't even have to pay. You just sign and you're out.
I bond,
yes. And somebody that did like a sexual assault was let out on a signature. Imagine that victim, like, just being let out like that. And they were criticizing this judge so much for that. And so now we're really just now we're trusting that all judges, are fair and they hold these people that are dangerous in jail. But if they don't, like, we're screwed. But I mean, they're saying that it could possibly, because with the elections coming, there could be a new governor. That governor can like stop it. There is, I know there's a bunch of attorneys that have filed a lawsuit against this new law. The thing is, it's not all bad, like Checo said, but there's a lot. They say that there's a lot of things that need to be like kind of cleaned up in the law, in the the way it was written. But otherwise, they say it should be good for minorities. That I didn't see it that way. The way you said it, that sometimes when you're in there, you can't fight your case fairly, right? And that does make sense. You know, yeah.
And then there's also other stuff in that law or in the bill where it's like they're gonna provide more funding. So it's like they're going to make it mandatory for all cops to have body cams.
Yeah.
And the funding's going to be there for that. So, I mean, that's a good thing. I see it like as a good thing, right?
I think so. I agree.
I think more training.
I think a lot of cops have, a majority of our cops, at least in King County, have body cams.
But there's other counties that probably can't afford it.
There's like the tiny ones,
so there's so that the money's going to be there for that. For body cams, for more training, for all that stuff. So I mean, this bill is not 100%. Like you said, it's not. It needs work, right?
Yeah.
They could definitely use some cleaning up, but that's how every bill is. Yeah. Not every bill is perfect.
Yeah.
Do you guys know if with this bill coming through in 2023, are they hiring more cops? Do you guys know that or no? Because
they're hiring a lot of more staff in my job because now you need people that are there like basically doing bond call 24/7 because they're going to be arresting these people, trying to release them, but there has to be an attorney like doing like a hearing for them or for the people that they want to keep in custody. Yeah, but definitely they say our taxes are going to go up. I mean
that's almost kind of a given, right?
Yeah, there's no money coming in anymore, with the bonds. Yeah. I don't know where they're going to get all this money from. That's crazy.
Well, we're going to pay for it. I don't know. I don't agree with it. I'm not like 100%, but I just don't think there's going to be a purge.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I feel like it was just the hysteria at the beginning, like it sounded bad, but I feel like we just needed to do our own research and see what it's actually about, Porque a lot of the laws, unless you're a lawyer, you know what the bill actually talks about,
Right.
Porque I went to court the other day and they gave me back a paper. I'm like, yeah, I don't know what this means. So,
Yeah,
that was what I was going to ask.
What'd you go to court for, bro?
Top secret. It's like something like that, yeah.
From Colorado, fool.
Tell you to run away from them bears, bro.
Yeah, you can grab a pillow and put it for the mic. I feel so bad.
Yeah, sorry about that.
All right, no worries.
There's other pillows over there, Abner. She can handle it, bro. This guy's like, no, I love her.
She needs the help, bro. She needs the help with the baby.
This guy's crazy.
I want to talk to your wife.
Yeah. Like, babe, you can handle it. I'm empowering women for real here, bro. Come on.
Pero the sales on guns and ammo have gone up too because of that, no? Like they had already gone. You couldn't really find ammo because when the pandemic happened,
Did you already get
I like how you snuck that in there, bro.
Yeah, he did sneak that in there. Did you already get a gun?
I can't.
Oh, damn.
I wanted to.
Just go to Chicago. Dude. There's tons.
I'm DACA.
They're DACA too, fool. and they're down.
You mean off the street?
Yeah, bro.
Hold on.
Disregard. What happened?
I need to fix that mic.
I feel terrible.
Yeah, so hold on. We'll take a little break.
All right.
Okay.
The loan debt forgiveness, like that affects everybody in the U.S.
For the student loan?
Yeah, they go like their tax. We're gonna pay like como 2,500 per head.
No way.
Yeah, something like that. I don't know if I say.
What do you mean, like when it comes to tax season?
Something like that, or
they're gonna implement somehow.
Yeah, like inflation. You know how we got all this stimulus during the pandemic, pero now we're paying for it because everything's going up, you know?
Oh, yeah. We're paying for it.
I mean, there's no such thing as free money.
Yeah, so that's what they're saying that it's going to happen with the student loan debt. Like, they're going to forgive the people that are taking advantage of it, but we're still going to pay out of... Well, I mean, we'll pay for it. Yeah, somehow we'll pay for it.
We got more money recently. Did you guys get more money? No?
Oh, for the...
it was something... I got a letter. I saw something about the state was doing something.
Yeah. It's for their property taxes.
Oh.
If that's what you're talking about. It's supposed to be $300 if you're a homeowner.
Oh, I did get that paper, but I ain't get no money.
Yeah, I haven't got the money either. $50 per person.
Talk to your wife.
And then $100 per kid.
Because she got it. I didn't get it.
50 per...
Like, so you and your wife be 50 and then 100 per kid.
I gotta have more kids.
Max, I think you max out at 700.
Damn, bro.
Makes sense.
I got a little more than that. Yeah.
You can let us know what you got.
I gotta research now what it
400?
was.
400?
I told Abner 300.
She did tell me how much was it?
Top secret.
Top secret.
Damn.
I'm waiting on the money. I'm glad to hear that, though.
Yeah.
That's good.
People got it right away. Like about a week or 2 weeks ago. Like it started hitting their account.
It was last Thursday for me.
Was it?
Last Thursday?
Was it a direct deposit?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. I have direct deposit set up too.
When we filed, I mean, I wouldn't know. It's on my wife's account. Do you guys have a joint account?
Probably hit her account. No.
No, you guys keep it separate as well.
But we keep it separate. But it's when she needs money, she has access to my account.
I budget the money. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Why?
Because I'm good with numbers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think, Abner?
I used to do it at the beginning, but then I just she just started doing it, so I was just like,
He's
okay.
wearing Supreme hats.
Yeah,
so
he's on Amazon and all.
I used to be not good with money. Like if I had the money, I'm like, I can. $60, that's 50 Hot Wheels.
Sorry, can you check if that thing is plugged in?
You can hear the buzzing.
I can't hear her.
Who?
I think so.
Now I can kind of hear you.
Maybe I'm too far away from it.
Oh, okay, there you go.
Okay.
I don't know.
A little bit. And so you guys have separate accounts, but do you have access to hers?
He doesn't want access.
I don't want to.
Why?
I feel like it's just gonna. I don't know.
She told you not to?
No, that's because she's like she said she's good with the money, so I just let her handle it.
What does it have to do with anything, bro? Worse, something happens, bro. You don't have access to the account.
That's true.
Emergency.
Yeah, like she said, we're both into ¿cómo se llama? True crime, and they talk about keeping that folder of all your logins, your banking account,
like just in case something does happen, you have that, right?
Like your Find My iPhone, like all your
that's
just
a good
in case
idea.
something happens,
Keep that in the safe.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to work on that because my wife always says that, bro. Like if something were to happen to you, like I have no idea how to log in. I mean, she knows how to log in my phone, but she doesn't know my passwords to like my bank account, to my social media, to my whatever,
Yeah.
I don't have his social media, just so you know.
But if something were to happen, right?
Yeah.
The control's already there. We see it. Abner's super chill. He's like, yeah, she's way better at it.
But that's his fault, though. He didn't want to get the joint account. He was like, no, if you need the money, just grab it from my account. And I have access to his. Yeah. I even have access to my mom's.
But an emergency, bro, you should know.
Yeah.
Because the bank ain't going to trust the emergency. They're going to be like, you're not on here.
Yeah, there's stories they like months later, they got access to the accounts and they could, if they had access to it, they could have known that somebody used the debit card like minutes before it happened. That they killed the person.
Well, on the way home, we'll stop at the bank. Make sure you get on the.
No, but yeah, it's good to have that information. Even I don't know if you guys we have the Ring camera and we received. They sent out a message that it was a National Be Prepared Day or something like that. Mm-hmm. In case something happens, to like have a food stored up, you can have a plan where to meet up and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. I was like, wait, this is sketchy, Like I have never gotten a message like that. Why am I getting it now?
Conspiracy.
My conspiracy brain started working.
And you got that from Ring?
Yeah, Ring.
I didn't get that.
You guys didn't get that? No, you don't. No, yeah, it was Ring. It was like neighborhood.
How long ago?
Like last week.
Yeah.
Or maybe I just deleted it. I get a lot of like lost dog.
Yeah.
Lost cat. A fox was in my yard.
Yeah.
I'm like, how do you turn this shit off?
Yeah, at some point I didn't see it. He showed it to me. It was like a screenshot.
They probably just sent it to him because they know he's in conspiracy. They probably just try to rally you up, bro.
Shout out FBI. We had Chico's house.
No, we're not.
Yeah, but they send out a lot of emails, bro.
Yeah.
What do you think about the Ring camera, though? It's good? Like, is it really helpful?
I mean, I used to worry about... I didn't have my location turned on. But I'm like, and then somebody was like, you don't have your location turned on, but you have a Echo, ¿cómo se llama? The Alexa at home. Yeah. You have the Google Minis. We have like 3 at our house. Jeez. And then we have the Ring camera. I'm like, I'm worried about my location, but they can see my every move if they want to.
They can hear your every breath, bro.
And the scary part, like, how does Google know that I'm talking to it? You know, like you're like, hey Google, and then it's like, oh, say what you need help with, you know. Listening. But like, so how does it know I said, hey Google, you know? Because it's always listening.
Always.
Yeah.
Well, same thing with Alexa.
And then
they say your phones too.
So it doesn't even matter if you turn it off. It tracks your location. So once you turn it on, it just sends the data right away.
I didn't know that.
Well, I mean,
they communicate. So ahorita we're communicating. I see that cuadro. I'm like, oh, I wonder where he got it. Yeah, I'm gonna start getting. If you bought it on Amazon, I'm gonna start getting.
No, not to that level.
Yeah, they communicate.
No, yeah.
I forgot what was the last thing that had happened to me, and then I'm like, there's no freaking way, dude. I'm like, look, and I showed my wife. She's literally like we're about to go to sleep, and we had just talked about it at somebody else's house, and it was just a random object, and I was like, fucking shoulder, and she's like, there was no way I Googled it or searched that, but it popped up, and it was on Facebook Market, I want to say. So it wasn't even like I opened up the internet. No, like I went to Facebook Marketplace and like that item popped up, and I'm like, there's no freaking way, dude. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like it's to that point.
But I thought he meant like just looking at it. But if
no, the phone.
Oh, okay.
Like let's say ahorita, if you shop online, your phone sending your data to my phone, like just in case I see like, oh, he bought this monster. Y se me antojó later on, be like, and luego I'm gonna get an ad for this monster. Be like, oh, Checo had this, and then because his phone sent his data or his grocery list to my phone, and then I'm gonna get
weird stuff like that. I'm probably gonna get ads for like Supreme, but they probably know I can't afford it. So like, don't send them that shit. He ain't gonna buy it.
You're not on that level.
¿Cómo se llama the fake ones? The websites.
¿Qué Supremo, güey? Ese es queso, güey.
Wish.
Wish.
Oh, Wish.
Yeah.
I get that
AliExpress.
AliExpress, yeah. So I asked you earlier about your experience that you had, because you guys talked about it on the pod.
Yeah.
With it's like was it child trafficking or just trafficking period?
So like there's like human trafficking and there's like sex trafficking. So both of them are huge in America. But it's crazy because this past week I was just listening about like something that's going on in India and with the little girls, like 8-year-olds. So it's everywhere, but a lot of us don't think that it's happening here, you know, in Illinois or even in Aurora, you know, like people are like, no way, but it's huge. It's like a huge thing. We had this training in the city of Chicago, which of course being such a big city, you know, you would expect that it is happening there too. And it's huge. They took us out on the streets. We saw it. We saw, you know, a couple girls out there. And it was kind of training on what to do, how to get involved. There definitely needs to be more involvement from people that, you know, we're just kind of like, somebody else will do it, but really there isn't anybody else out there. You know, there's small groups of people that are volunteering and doing all these things, but the biggest thing that like impacted me from that was like the kids. Like there's so many kids that are just going missing, and like, you know, people are just like not doing anything. You know, they're just there's parents that are looking for them, but other than that, you know, the authorities are just kind of like, you know, they're gone, you know, and I don't know, it's happening more and more. and I mean, I'm sure you guys see videos around that, you know, like be careful. There's a lot of videos out there about how they've been putting like napkins in people's
the door handles,
or that. Like they've been doing a lot of sketchy stuff. So
kind of like marking it, saying like, hey, this is one that like, we got to take or something.
Somebody that like they notice that, you know, they're lonely at some point during the day where, you know, they're easy to snatch, or, you know, late at night, you know, they're alone driving or pumping gas or whatever, or coming out of work.
Even they will leave car seats, you know, or like portabebés. And like people, like usually a man won't get down, but usually a woman has that instinct, like, oh, let me see if the baby's in there. Like, let's say they get down, car comes in, takes
snatches them
up.
But it's happening. This past, do you guys go to Montgomery Fair?
No.
It was like mid-August. So my parents were there, and they had the craziest situation happen to them, and I hope it's okay for me to share. So they were coming. We all went to the fair because it was like my brother's. Was it Kevin's birthday?
It was Kevin's
birthday, and we're like, let's go get a funnel cake after we had dinner with him. And we went to the fair, and we were there with my parents, and we kind of split ways. Me and him parked closer to the fair, and my parents had to go like back by like the
main parking lot they were using.
Yes, which is like behind that warehouse. It's scary. It was back sketchy. There. Yeah, it's sketchy back there. Well, my parents were walking to their car, and they see a guy like kind of weird, like in between two trailers, and they just thought it was weird. It was dark, you know, it was dark at night, and they're like, you know, what's going on? They were just kind of looking. Well, the guy turns around, and before he turns around and sees my parents heard like a cat. So they're like, he has a cat or something. Like the cat was really loud, and they noticed that he gets in the car, but then the back door opens up like on the other side. You know, the back door on the right side, just randomly opens, and then that's when they hear the cat, and then they notice that he goes around the car to close the door, and then he goes back to the driver's side, and the door opens again, and that's when he sees my parents, and he like starts cursing at them, starts saying like, you know, like what are you looking at, like, you know, like just kind of like being very like
defensive,
offensive to them. And they freaked out because they had my little brother and my sister with them. And I don't know if my brother was there too, but no, I think my brother was not there anymore. So they freak out. They're like, you know, they don't want to look anymore. But then they realize that that's not a cat. Like that's somebody like, you know, like a little girl or something. There's somebody in that car, like, you know, maybe with their mouth covered or something, but it sounds like a cat because they're like, I don't know, making a weird noise. So then that final time, like that the door opens, the guy closes the door. That's when he's like yelling at my parents, and then my parents are like, they don't know what to do, so they go and tell a security guard. But by the time that the security comes back, the guy's gone. So yeah, they feel so bad because like, and I don't blame them. At first, I was like, "Yo, get the license plate, you know, I don't know, something." But
like try to stop them, and then what my father-in-law said, he's like, at the moment, I have my family. What if he has a weapon and starts like going off on us? You know? Yeah. He's like, I have my wife, I have my son with me. Like, you're not thinking about I'm gonna help this person. I'm thinking about I'm gonna keep my family safe, you know. So I that sparked a debate ahí en the dinner table.
That's a tough one, bro. Because here you are thinking you're protecting your family, but maybe you're making it worse, bro. Because now this person got away. You know.
Yeah. So to him, the best thing was to go call the security and police that are, because you know how mostly they're in the entrances, but by the time they went, ya no había nadie.
Or maybe call the cops on the spot. You know, like.
He freaked out.
I'm sure I would have probably freaked out too.
I don't blame him because like I was telling my husband, like one time I got in a car accident. I freaked out. I didn't know what to do. You don't think that somebody's gonna do a hit and run, and that happened to me. Like somebody just like hit me. I didn't think of getting the license plate right away, or you know, and in the moment I was nervous. You know, I didn't know what to do, and I'm sure it was kind of like that situation. You don't know what to do. Like when are you gonna encounter somebody, you know, getting kidnapped? Like at least I'm not good under like pressure, or like when I'm in, I don't know, I always freak out when like something bad is happening. I can barely like, you know, think. So I'm sure he was like, what do I do? What if he has a gun? I don't know. I think until you're in the situation, you really don't know how you're going to act. Right. How you're going to react to something like that.
100%.
But like I said, it's happening. Like, I don't know what type of situation that was. I don't know if this was like a domestic, situation where, he's, I don't know.
He got mad at his girlfriend.
Or, I hope that's what it was and not like a child or something. But I think it's happening. It's happening definitely around us. And you see it all the time. I don't know if you guys saw a report, like Aurora PD posted on their thing that there's all these kids going missing. And, in the comments too, like, what's going on? Why are all these kids going missing? Where are they at? I
feel like, they're getting the chromosome, or what is it?
Omicron.
Yeah, sometimes my wife will start getting into that whole thing, like, hey, my sister told me about that, or like that at Target, they're parking and like they're just taking and snatching a kid like broad daylight or whatever, Yeah.
That's why I go with her in the mornings.
That's your excuse.
I'm looking out for her.
Bro.
Nah, but it's scary. It's scary.
It is scary. It's a scary world, man. Like, I don't know, man. That concealed carry might be having to come handy, bro.
But I mean, if you don't know how to react at that moment, bro, like it doesn't matter what weapon you have. You know what I mean?
Least maybe if you would have that weapon, you wouldn't be as afraid. You'd be like, yo, like what is going on?
Yeah. With everything,
I mean? Like you'd have a little bit more like confidence in being like, well, if he does draw, like I'm able.
I have.
I'm able. But if you're with your family and you're like, you'd probably be like, hey, get in the car, let me go see, what's going on. Or maybe you wouldn't think that. I mean, maybe you would just be like, I don't want any problems, just get the hell out of here,
Yeah. Like, no, my father-in-law, like, he would want to help, pero the way my mother-in-law was explaining it, she was the one that put fear in him, Like, hey, we have the kid, like, let's go, like let's go tell the security, the police, Porque at the moment, I was thinking, before he said, like, I was thinking about my family. I was like, I would have gone, opened the door, see who it was, But
you would have done that? You think so?
No, that's what I said before he said, like, I had my wife, my kid. Like, what if he had a gun? I was like, that's true. I didn't think of that, Like, in the moment, I was like, I'm trying to play hero. I want to go see what's up. Stop this.
Yeah, I think
kidnapper.
Pero think we would.
Yeah, it's not that easy.
We would do that.
What do you guys think?
I don't know.
I agree with her, man. Like until I'm in that situation, I wouldn't know what to do. Yeah. I mean, the first thing that I'd probably think of doing would probably be like grab the license plate, call 911 on the spot, or hop in the car and call 911. Like, hey, like there's some suspicious stuff going on. I'm here. This is my location. Send cops. Right. Maybe something like that. But
Oh, I remember what happened, and they couldn't even snap pictures because both phones were dead.
Oh yeah.
So that's why they couldn't call police. They couldn't snap pictures. So the best thing they could do was go call them themselves.
But what kind of sucked too is they called security, and they weren't real cops either.
They didn't care.
Yeah, they're just.
And there was a fight going on in the concert area, so I'm sure all the cops were busy. So I don't even think they did anything, honestly.
Yeah.
The only thing about that is, like, if somebody did go missing, that information that you guys have may help because there's cameras everywhere now.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah,
so if they had a good description of what kind of car, like maybe that would help the investigation of like, oh, there's that specific car turned on, 30 at, at this, whatever, never know.
I tried like kind of like looking at the news and, searching it, but I didn't see anything, reported and. Yeah, but maybe it would be a good idea for them to like even just reach out to the police department.
I would say like, so.
Hey, yeah.
Right. Even like a person description.
So. Hell yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think that would help out. There was one recently in Chicago, like it was broad daylight, bro. They had cameras, and some guy tried to snatch a little girl from the mom.
Wow. Yeah, that's what Myra and Fabi be seeing, bro. Like that, it happens like at Targets or like any stores like that, like random, bro. Like in caliente, compa, and broad daylight too.
Well, speaking of Target, I don't know if it was Target or Walmart or whatever, but I mean, he wasn't trying to kidnap, but some guy went into the bathroom where there was like a 16-year-old girl, and he locked himself in there. Oh, and like I think like some bystander citizens, they barged in and broke down the door or whatever, and they got on top of him, and the police got there. But can you imagine, bro, some shit like that? Like,
I've seen a video about that.
What was he trying to do?
Well, I mean.
Who knows? Yeah.
He didn't get to do anything though.
It was that quick.
Because I guess they responded.
She was yelling or what?
Oh yeah, they said she was screaming.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so he was definitely trying to do something to her.
Shout out to that guy, man.
There was a couple of guys, bro.
Yeah. Oh, that broke in there?
Yeah.
I mean, I would want somebody to be there if, like, let's say if I have a daughter, even my wife,
Yo, these bathroom doors are no joke too, though, bro. Those bathroom doors are solid as hell.
Yeah.
Yeah, but, I think we need to be, get involved more. I was researching Aurora Police Department, see if they got anything going on, but I don't think they got much going on. They have, kind of like training here and there about it, but just I think contacting the human trafficking people so that we could get involved is very important. Or just always being aware too, and kind of like if we see something like what my parents saw, like trying to be more than just like
afraid.
I don't know, yeah. Or maybe like, asking yourself, what am I going to do if I've ever encountered a situation like that? If I see a child that, seems kind of sketchy. Sometimes I think we're running around, to work, to record podcasts, to go get groceries, but we never kind of notice our surroundings, but it's definitely happening. Yeah. And when we were over there, so our goal was to find, there was like 20 active missing kids in the city of Chicago. And unfortunately, the excuse of people is always like, they probably ran away with their boyfriend or with their girlfriend or whatever. But unfortunately, a lot of these kids are really getting, sex trafficked or there's some type of human trafficking going on. And when we went out there looking for these kids, we noticed other people that, were out there on the streets. Like there was this young girl, no more than 16 years of age. And when it was like literally the first motel we went to look for, children at. We pull up, we see the sketchy car just pull in, and like an older man. And when they pull in, I right away I noticed that there was somebody in the back seat, and I was like, why is there somebody in the back seat? Like I was talking to the girl that was in the van with me, because when we went to these places, there was always two people that stayed in the car, a guy that kind of like just looked around, making sure that there wasn't anything else being sketchy, and then the people that actually went inside the motel asking if they seen these kids before. Well, while we were sitting there in the car, they just kind of like pull in, and right away I saw somebody in the back of the car, but I was like, why? Like, that's weird. It's like 8 a.m. in the morning. Like, why are they in the back of the car and, pulling in like that? I thought it was a kid. So then the guy, the short little Mexican guy just walks into the motel, I guess, to ask for a room. So our people come out, they load up the car, and then we see the guy come out. He comes out and he parks close. It's one of those motels where like you park outside your room.
Outside your door?
Outside your door, yeah. So where like one of the girls was like, well, just go park like by him so we can see what's going on. Because he parked in a right behind a van, so we couldn't see anything anymore. So the girl was like, just go park behind him so we can see better. So I don't know who was like, what, just park next to him. Like, what is he going to say, So sure enough, he parks next to the car, and like this young girl, I want to say little girl because it literally looked like a little girl. She comes out, and oh my God, my heart dropped. Like I felt like I made like straight eye contact with her. I just saw her, and like she was in like leggings, chanclas, and like a shirt, and her hair was just like messed up, like she just looked like she didn't even care anymore. She looked like a zombie. Like that's how I noticed. Like she just looked like a zombie. No luggage, no nothing, no backpack, nada. Just like it's her. And she turned around to look at our van, and like I said, I felt like I made eye contact with her, but it's those vans that are kind of like tinted, so the guy just kind of pulls her and puts her in the room, and I was like, I told the team that I was with, I was like, can't we do anything? Like, can't we like go in there, take her out? And they're like, no, sometimes that's even more dangerous for them, if like there's probably there's somebody watching, from far away, or yeah. So it's tough. It's tough. There's kids out there, being probably, I'm sure there's people that by choice they choose that life, but there's people out there that, they're
sometimes those people, even if you would have yelled out like, hey, do you need help or something, they probably be too afraid to be like, yeah, I need help,
Yeah. And another thing they shared with us is that there's these houses, I don't know what they call them, But basically, it's like, it's not even like prostitution anymore, where, you picked up a girl and you take her to a motel or in your car or whatever. No, these are houses where they fill these girls with. And these are even worse because they never see, daylight. They never see, you wouldn't even know, it could be just a random house here in town and you wouldn't even know. So, it's just these houses that they have filled with girls, and it's just room after room. And they talked about how they have a system. They, in order to keep this places secure, you have to go through several people. Well, when you check in, they give you like a token type of thing. And in this case, I think it was like canicas. What are they called? Marbles.
Yeah.
It was canicas, and this girl that when the team came and rescued these what I should say first before that is when the person goes, they pay for their service, they go in, they give the canica to the girl, and she puts it wherever, collects it for pay or for whatever they do with these canicas, or for whatever they get for their services. And then when they went to rescue these girls, it was only like noon, and this girl, like her cup was almost filled with canicas already. So not even like midday, and like she had like over, I don't know how many people, that fill that cup with all these marbles, because, that's sex trafficking. This is abusive things that, are going on with these girls, and they're pulling them from I don't know where, and you hear all these true crime stories about people that go missing and then they never find them. I'm sure that's what it is. That's what it is.
Yeah,
some people are getting killed, but some people really are going missing and are out there.
And are still there. You just have no communication, no way to communicate that they need help.
Well, there's stories. There's a story about this one girl that she went missing, and then I think they were pimping her out, like in the cruises, the boats get around for like months. I guess she ended up getting rescued, but later on she tells her story like, I was reaching out for help, but nobody would listen.
She was saying like,
she's like, hey, help me. But they were like, well, what the heck? Like, or maybe it was a different language, or, But she was like, I was looking for help, but nobody wanted to help me.
I think a lot of the times people just, they don't want to get involved, They're just like, I don't know what to do, or I don't know.
I feel like everybody's too into their own lives. I was talking to one of my friends today. I'm like, there's a war going on in Ukraine and Russia, and we're here living life. It's been it's been months. I don't know how much.
Yeah, it's been months.
I don't know how many months exactly, but
it's gonna get worse.
It's gonna get worse.
Aren't they gonna go nuke them or something?
That's the
plan. Well, I don't know about that's the plan, but he has been talking about it, and then they just pretty much did a draft.
Yeah.
Of 300,000 soldiers.
They about to go finish it off.
I mean, it seems like. I mean, why else would you pull a draft?
Yeah. So I'm like, man, there's a war. Porque I was telling him he was talking about that he went to visit the Auschwitz museum, and I forgot where it was. I think it was in Poland or somewhere in Poland. And he was telling me how there's piles of glasses from all the people they killed on the gas chambers, all the Jewish people. Mm-hmm. And like they have piles of shoes, piles of clothing, And he's like, all you can do is just cry of all these people that basically died because of their ethnicity. I don't know what's it called, just for being Jewish, And then I'm like, then like there's a war going on right now, and like we don't care, So they probably like there was in that time where the Holocaust was going on, people were living their lives, and people were dying. And
well, I mean, what would you think could be done by us? I mean, we speak about it, but
yeah, exactly. Like,
we're kind of
maybe like getting informed, knowing that it's happening. I think reaching out to your government, who, being careful when elections come, who you're voting for.
Yeah.
But then even that, I feel like people, governors and all of those people, politicians, even that, I feel like they're not doing anything. But anything, I think
it's better than
better than nothing. There's people that like dropped everything and went to help Ukraine, from what I hear. Stories that I hear, and that's pretty.
Oh cool. Yeah. Like professional fighters and shit. Like they went and
like veterans,
and
also, there's power in social media. I mean, look at all this stuff that was going on with BLM. Look at all this stuff that happened with the president. Like, there is power with, like, you know, even just posting about it, you know, people making people aware of it. I think that helps too, because, you know, it could reach somebody else. And
yeah,
I mean, because it was a big thing right in the beginning, because the media was kept on pushing it out, Ukraine and Russia. But yeah, now it's just kind of died out. For us, it's died out because we're not involved, and there's nothing physically that we can actually do. So I mean, we can you know, vote
Send
and whatnot,
aid.
but on a local level, there's nothing we can do. All that up there, and that's when we start getting conspiracies. Like, it's all planned out. They're all puppets.
Yeah,
you know, honestly, there's nothing we can do.
Yeah, I feel like there's an agenda, and there's just
pray.
gonna.
Huh?
You can pray. That's powerful.
We can pray. We can pray.
Yeah, it's a huge thing. You can pray for them. Keep them in prayer.
Yeah.
But
going back to the trafficking, you know, like football season's back on. Compa Carnal Yurio, he, like, out of the 3 years he went out to the Super Bowl, because Super Bowl is a big human trafficking, sex trafficking. You
talked about in the pod.
Ring. So a lot of big ballers go out there and pay big money for, like, young kids,
girls, young kids, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, I'm telling you, anybody's being trafficked. Like, yes, there's sex trafficking, but there's, like, human trafficking too. Like, another thing that we can do is there was this story about like, this lady who kept seeing that a lot of people lived in a house. Like, it was just a lot of people. Like, they just like went in and out. And she said they would leave early in the day, you know, return late at night. And that was, like, every day, you know, in and out. Well, it turned out that they were being human trafficked. It was like an Asian restaurant, like a Chinese restaurant, where they had all these people working day and night. And the house that they would, so she was so, like, chismosa, that she went to the house when they were gone, and she realized that las ventanas were like they had, like, railing, like almost like
boarded
a jail.
up or something.
Yeah. So they weren't able to get out. So these people, like, somebody was picking them up, taking them to the restaurant, bringing them back, and then, you know, she said something. She called the cops. Turned out that they were being held against their will. Like, they were being human trafficked, you know. And you don't think about those kind of situations. Like, you know, you only think about, you know, kids being kidnapped and all of this, but there is, like, actual, like, you know, people, like, that's happening to also, where it's, you know, maybe labor that they're being forced to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Organ sales or something.
Can that be considered, like, modern slavery in a way?
Trafficking?
No, like, in that
they
case.
were doing.
I guess in a way, right?
In a way, yeah.
Porque I don't know if this is true, but I heard this there's a statistic that there's more slaves now that when slavery was a thing, you know. I'm like, what? How can that be a thing, you know?
I did hear that in our training, that there is more people held hostage than back then.
Jeez.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I never heard that before.
I never heard it, but more so,
no,
like,
not in the U.S., but worldwide.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Damn.
So people being held against their will for whatever,
and you
sex, work exploit, whatever.
And you go, like, Shein, you know, they're sending messages on the tags, help, send help.
Oh yeah, have you guys seen that?
No.
You guys know Shein, right? The
website?
It's like a clothing store online.
Yeah. So apparently there was messages on the clothing that people were getting, because they're huge.
Oh.
So there was, like, messages, like, on the tags that said, like, they would say, like, help, or, you know, or whatever. And I think what they're saying is that somewhere in, I think it's Taiwan or China,
somewhere like that.
They're they have all these kids making these clothes, and you know, basically as slaves. But Shein has came out and said, like, it's not true. But I mean, these labels literally, like, the tags say help me or help.
And there's pictures of these tags and everything. Oh man, that's crazy.
Like, there's
that's
a bunch
wild.
of people finding it in their clothes, so it's crazy. Yeah, it's crazy.
I mean, even with our iPhones, you know, it was child labor involved in making an iPhone.
Oh, of course.
Mine's old, bro.
They say
I had a joke to that. I should have joked about that. He's probably like, my phone's so old, he's probably 18 now. Nah, I just bullshit. You don't have to say that, bro. Now I don't want to upgrade my phone.
Now
bro.
I feel bad for laughing.
It's all a joke, bro.
Real quick, technical difficulties.
What happened, bro? Both?
Nah, just that one camera. You guys don't have a camera right now.
Okay.
We'll stop. We'll get this back going, and we'll wrap this up.
All right, sounds good.
Right.
And we have the mentality that, you know how all these kids are going missing in Mexico?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if you guys have heard about it. I think I sent it to you. But she thought they were trying to kidnap his kid. And she's fighting. The cops weren't doing anything about it. So she's over here doing her best to... She's waiting at the border to see if they're trying to smuggle him in. Mm-hmm. And then she finds his kid like sleeping in the back of a car.
I saw it.
And then she calls the cops, but the cops don't want to do anything. So she waits at the border. Yeah, once the car's going in, they stop him. And the kid's sleeping. But in reality, they had already cut him up. He looks like he's sleeping, but he has all the drugs inside of him.
So they're using the kids to smuggle drugs.
That's how...
That was the lady's son?
The lady's son.
This so
that is
before I remember, it was like
they're like at a fair, no, something like that.
Well, they were in Tijuana or somewhere on the border.
Yeah,
and this all happened like within an hour and a half, like from the time frame. So she went. She has two kids. Mm-hmm. She's attending one, and then the other one gets kidnapped. And she sees the car that took the car or someone said like, "Oh, that car took your kid."
Yeah.
So she's trying to find it, whatever. They finally go to the border, and she does see her kid like he's sleeping.
She's like, "Oh, I got him."
Like, okay, like, well, she has hope, right? You have that hope.
She thinks they put him to sleep like with the cloth, or the alcohol with the cloth. So she thinks he's sleeping, but
and then when they actually do stop the car, and they take out the kid, because they had already took out his organs and stuffed him with drugs.
We didn't have to finish the pot like this, bro.
Well, he brought it up, bro.
No, por eso te digo, you guys don't have to put it up.
It's already on.
It's already on, bro.
Well,
sorry.
That's heavy, man.
It's probably not human trafficking, but it's crazy.
Yeah.
Like,
they're trafficking with humans. Like,
it's
human trafficking.
It's kidnapping and drugs.
It's wild.
Yeah, no, I agree. I didn't want to finish like this.
I'm sorry.
Abner, you just topped her story, bro. Her story was bad enough.
No, it's because we're not. How can we?
We can't sugarcoat it. This is what's happening now. This is what we're dealing with.
Like, what can we do about it? Like, there's organizations out there. We can educate ourselves better. Are we really going out there and looking for kids? Are we really going out there and like spending our time?
Yeah. Like, my wife really freaks out about stuff like this, and I mean, not that I'm laid back. I try to be very aware of our surroundings, where we're parking, and hey, agarrado de la mano, whatever. Don't go far. I'm watching them, because it could happen very quickly. Yeah. But I don't try to get wrapped around that either, because you could kind of go a little crazy,
100%.
But just stay aware, man. Don't park next to vans with those sliding doors and stuff like that. Just the simple things, can get you probably save your life or save your kid's life,
Yeah. The other day I pulled up to Target. I found $10 on the floor, and I sent her a picture, and she's like, don't pick it up. Some people are dropping money, and there's some type of chemical under that when you...
You said don't pick up the $10?
Yeah.
No, it's because that's what they're doing too. That's another tactic.
Or to be careful. Because I don't know if you guys hear, like, fentanyl is like huge right now.
Yep.
And what they're doing to get these people, like,
hooked out.
Or hooked on fentanyl and drugs in general, is they're putting fentanyl in everything. So this drug is so powerful that if you touch it, like, you can get an overdose from it. So what they're doing...
Really? I didn't know that.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So what they're doing is they're putting it on, like, inside of money, and dropping money, and there's all these kinds of things happening.
So what do you want to do? Like, if you step on the $10 bill, rub it on the floor.
Yeah, that's what I told him. I was like, be careful
I went to buy Hot Wheels.
So you picked it up?
I picked because I had already picked it up when I sent it to her.
Oh,
but she's like, no, don't pick up money. They're doing this.
I didn't know that. See, we're learning a lot today, bro. I did not know that.
I didn't know that you could be addicted just from touching it.
Yeah, well, like,
or overdose.
Not addicted. Yeah. Well, I don't know about addicted, but a lot of like there's cops that have been like they've had they literally have died from an overdose of fentanyl when they pull somebody over. Like
that's how dangerous that is.
Yeah, that stuff is dangerous. That's why so many people are dying of overdose from smoking weed or whatever because they're putting it in.
They're lacing it. Yeah, they're doing
like
that.
Putting it in everything, and it's so powerful that. Sometimes se pasan con poquito and, the person gets an overdose from a pill or from...
We're going to be fact-checking this whole touching thing.
Well, there's ahorita...
After the pod?
Yeah, after the pod. For anybody that has kids, they're warning people that there's a drug going around
That's colored now?
The colored one?
Yeah.
That it's laced with fentanyl, and there's all these teenagers ending up dying porque
what is this color?
It's basically they're grabbing like the color like Skittles, whatever. Yeah. Not actual Skittles, but it looks like Skittles. Mm-hmm.
They lace it as well.
What is that? Yeah. What is that one candy called where it's like different colors?
Gummy bears?
No, it's like little
the one you crush up when you're little and then you snort it. You guys never do that?
No, bro.
It comes like it comes in a roll. Y viene with a lot of colors and then.
No. I know what you're talking about. I don't know about the snorting.
What is it?
Se pasó, compa.
Make sure you add a little.
Yeah, I'm gonna add a little picture. I know what you're talking about. I just don't know what it's called.
I can't remember.
So it's wrapped up in a clear bag.
Yeah,
like a clear plastic, and it's has a bunch of different colors.
No?
No, it's like a plastic.
You know what it looks like? It's little tablets, little like.
Oh, I remember. Yeah, I didn't ever snort that, bro.
Yeah. Well, the
Abner's tripping, bro.
They were little tablets.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
If you're in the age range of 25 and 29, they know one time.
If your parents were broke, they were in your piñata.
100%.
Because those are weak, bro. But
they were in the piñata.
Yeah, I know what you guys are talking about. Son las pastillitas. Yeah. And they're like a pastel color.
Yeah.
Well, now they're going around
and lacing those?
Lacing it.
Not those, but they look like that.
Oh.
Yeah. But these are
so that's a drug then. So they're selling it as a drug, right?
Right. With the intention of a drug. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. My bad.
But these are definitely they're not pastel color. They're actually a darker. They look more like Skittles, like that brighter color.
I thought when I saw the new article or whatever it was, they were comparing it to those pastel color ones.
The picture that I saw, the color looked bright.
I guess it depends on the batch,
Well, the thing is that
That's why we can't be laughing at this shit.
This guy's wild.
I don't want to end in the sad note.
I think this guy snorts some on the way here, dude. Some of those candies, bro.
No snorting over here. I've been clean 10 years.
The last piñata I broke. Nah, that's crazy. Yeah, I didn't know that. Man, I'm learning too much with you. Y'all know too much about crime. That's a lot.
That's that true crime.
Yeah, that's that true crime.
Crime and work.
Yeah, work.
She sees a lot. You guys, we can probably talk off.
You see the trends of.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's crazy.
But we're gonna end on this.
Yeah, we're gonna end on this because I can keep going.
I know, but we're gonna end
interesting.
All right, we'll end on this. So.
Well, hold on.
Hold on.
No
more snorting, bro.
No, I'll end on the good note. Hey, you guys are inspiring, man. We took a break. And you guys, we're going to take a break, but you guys dropped right away. I was like, man.
You guys are actually our last episode.
Yeah. I was like, I probably shouldn't say this. All right, No, I was even going to message you guys on the Instagram. I'm like, hey, don't take a break because that break is going to be a long break, because that's how we were. We took a little break and then that break took 2 months. And then we came back and then our
You take another break?
No. I mean, we have busy lives,
Yeah,
last
100%.
week we were gonna record. Last week we were gonna record, but we recorded the day before, and I was tired. I felt real tired, and I even got surprised because she was like, "Are we gonna record?" I'm like, "I'm real tired today. I can't." And she's like, "What? you're not gonna drop an episode. I even want to get up and be like, let's go record, but it was already like almost 10 p.m. I was like, I can't do this.
But sometimes that's what you need, though, bro. It's just that little push, man. If she asked you, like, take that step, and that may be your best episode.
The next day, because I
drive 40 minutes to record.
Yeah.
Mic drop.
like you traveling here and then you editing. Now you stepped it up with the TikToks, which is you guys are popping off now. So
we're trying.
Congrats, man! You guys are inspiring. Yeah, you guys are.
Hey, man, we're trying to push, man.
Yeah, that's good.
And you guys heard me what I said earlier, man, and this guy agrees too. Life is busy, man. I told you guys. How you guys doing, man? Life is busy.
And I like that we've met. Well, we've met twice, and we talk like we've known each other forever. You know, like now you guys met my wife, and like
yeah, for sure, bro.
And then I don't know. I just feel like, como you guys have the pod fam, I feel like we can build something with this. You know,
I think you guys have your priorities, like you have them very good organized, and it's admirable.
Yeah.
So.
Thank you, guys.
Well, that's how it looks like, but no.
As her mic slowly drops.
From what we see.
No. We definitely try. There's a lot of effort going into it on both ends, man. And yeah, for sure. But we appreciate the compliment. Thank you.
Congrats, man.
Thank you, guys. It means a lot, man.
And to me, it was just, and I wasn't bringing this in the beginning, but then we went on to another topic. But it's wild, bro, to me, because you are actually like our first listener that wasn't like a friend or family.
Yeah.
Because, in the beginning, it's like it's all friends or family. Yeah. And right now, it's like, well, we do have random people that we don't know that listen to us. And you're like the first person that actually came forward and you're like, I listen to your pod. And I'm like, oh, snap, bro.
He came and picked up a t-shirt.
He came and picked up
I was going to bring it, but it doesn't fit.
Why? We gave you the wrong size?
No, I got a little chubby.
Yeah, I was like, I thought you said that you were a size whatever. I don't remember now.
You guys got any merch, right?
This guy has a new logo. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he's got some new merch. I haven't gotten any yet.
He doesn't want it, that's why.
Because I know Abner was like, hey, you want a new shirt? You want a shirt from Compas? And I think he's going to order
never picked it up.
Yeah, he never picked it up.
Did he order?
Yeah, he did order.
You still have it?
They got sold, bro.
My bad.
You're good.
No more.
Like we ended on the sad though.
That is pretty sad, bro. New merch on the way, bro.
Yeah.
Let's end on
Hopefully,
that.
yeah, some new merch. But real quick, this is our 2-year anniversary pod, pretty much episode.
Congrats!
So 2 years now, bro. It's crazy.
Yeah,
we still
ain't
shit,
Congrats!
We pushing, bro. Congrats to you,
we're
my brother. Thanks for putting all the effort into this, man.
Yes, I compa.
Hell yeah.
A ver, ahorita, you guys have some words for the listeners that have been there since day one, or all the listeners, all this.
I mean, we appreciate everybody that listens, bro. It means a lot when somebody that's not family or friend is listening. I don't know. It just hits different to me. What do you think, Checo?
Same thing,
right? It's surreal, kind of.
Yeah, 100%. Not only because the people that are listening, when we do, and my compa Noe had already experienced it, where it's like you do go out and then like someone does recognize you from the pod. Like it's an awesome feeling, bro. Ni pa que. And for everybody that does listen and continues to listen every week, and we do try to drop every week. I mean, we have taken a break here or there a couple of times,
Yeah.
because it's needed. I mean, you guys took your break.
Yeah.
And you need that time for yourself también,
Yeah.
But como quiera, either way, se agradece un chingo. Like everybody who does listen every week, who does support those messages of like, keep going. Hey, you guys are doing great. Because that goes a long way, bro.
Yeah.
When you're just constantly dropping and you have no feedback, it's kind of like, man, are we even doing the right thing? Like, should we even keep going?
Are they listening? Yeah.
Are they even
listening?
listening?
Right.
Like, yeah, you see a couple views here and there or whatever, but I mean, the feedback to me, it's what does it for me.
That does it. Yeah. And just know, guys, that if you hear an episode every week, it takes a lot to come and do this for you guys. This guy edits the videos. So, there's still, it's not just come here, sit down and just upload it. There's a lot that goes into it. So, yeah. Yeah.
It's like, and just real quick, like every episode, it's like about 4 hours to like of editing or whatever, So that's like 4 hours of, me time, family time, lo que sea. And then aparte, like just the recording time, which is, it's a good conversation. It's awesome being with you guys, being with my compa Noe. But it's like an hour, más o menos, that we record, but we do like a half hour, an hour before, another half hour, hour after. It takes time. It takes time from the family. But como quiera, we like doing it for everybody who does listen and watch.
That's why we still do audio only.
So that's the video that takes all the editing.
Yeah. If it was audio, I think it'd be a lot easier, a lot less time.
Yeah.
But the video part, it's But I mean, I don't know. I think people like it too, though. The video part.
I think so. I think so.
Yeah, but like you said, no, you're good. Like you said, it's all worth it. Like all the hours you put in, and then you get that one message like, "Hey, good episode." Like, okay.
It does, bro.
Let's go.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Or when we don't drop, certain people message like, "Hey, what's up? We were waiting on an episode. What happened? Like whatever." So you kind of, you're like, all right, well, man, they're listening all the time. But yeah, it means a lot. That's
but I saw all those followers on TikTok, so I feel like I just made it before you guys, go viral. I don't know. I have a feeling you guys are gonna.
Let's hope so.
Get all those listeners from TikTok. I really
I'm gonna clip out your bad joke, bro, and throw it on TikTok, man. That'll get us through the moon.
You saw your clip? Did you see your clip?
Yeah.
On TikTok?
Yeah.
Okay.
I wanted to talk about that. Like, man, I was scared. I kept telling her, like, I know they're gonna talk about politics. I know they're gonna talk about.
Today?
No, that last episode.
I
know they're gonna bring up Trump. I'm just gonna go there and do my best.
Well, now people are missing Trump.
Pero the feedback was positive. Like, yeah, a lot of people were like, "Yo, I don't agree with some things, but I agree on other things, and I'm like, man, I thought I was gonna get canceled. I thought I was gonna get
nah, bro.
Did you go through the comments on TikTok?
I haven't. I think I went through it, but I don't remember.
No.
Okay.
Most of them are conspiracy theorists.
Yeah, conspiracy theories.
But see, I really enjoyed the feedback, and people that I thought were like had different mindset, like messaged me and they're like, "Yo, I agree with you," and I was just like, "What? You?"
Right.
But ahorita, like I try to stay away from politics porque it's all a mess. It's como dices, God puts people in charge, and we just gotta respect it, and whatever God's plan is, we just gotta deal with it. Pray that our families are safe and that we don't go through it. Because we're gonna go through it. Things are gonna get worse, and we just gotta pray to God that He keeps us safe and has His mercy on us.
Facts. I agree 100%.
Yeah.
I agree with that too.
I know you're gonna end it, Checo, but I'm just curious. Did the views go up with the TikTok?
Are you talking about like for YouTube or
like
everything in general?
Yeah, in general.
Actually did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Actually did.
Shout out, no.
Yeah.
He does some too. He does.
I do some. Yeah, I do a couple here and there.
Yeah.
But like 90-something%, it's all no. Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
So it's getting in there.
Yeah. So TikTok does help. I mean,
I think in general, all platforms kind of push each other. They see it, whatever, however you can get the podcast or the clip in people's faces, it's gonna draw attention, and it'll bring some traction, and that's the hope. That's the hope that it does. So, and it's doing that. So let's just hope we keep growing on TikTok and on YouTube.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Yeah. We'll see how it goes.
And with that being said, thank you guys for coming.
It's a pleasure.
You guys have any shout outs before we end the spot?
Ladies first.
Shout out to the our podcast listeners.
Carnales Podcast. Shout out. And all,
And that's it.
Abner?
Just shout out for everybody listening. And shout out to all the local podcasts, shout out Joe Rogan. If you're listening, we can't wait to have you on. Thank you guys for listening. Like I always try to say it. Thank you guys from the bottom of our hearts. It's it brings joy when we have one listen, and when you see more than 100, you're like, what the heck? Who's listening to us? So thank you guys for taking the time of your day to listen to our conversations.
Yeah,
we tend to go off of tangents, but.
And what's the Instagram? What's that with people know? I mean, I'm gonna also copy it in the But
you guys can go follow the Carnales Podcast at Carnales Podcast on Instagram, You want to shout out your Instagram?
Mine's Jennifer Vasquez.
And then mine's Tsunami Abner. I can't spell it. TSU.
You can tag it. We got you, bro.
He's gonna post it.
I'll put. Yeah. I'll tag it now. But other than that, if you guys have anything else, we're gonna end it.
I do.
No, you do got something? What do you got?
Gotta wish my wife a happy anniversary. Well, I guess do I wish myself too or no?
Yeah.
Happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary to us, baby.
Hey.
Just know that I love you, and this will be on YouTube forever. Happy anniversary. I think it's 9 years, bro.
9 years.
Yeah.
Wow.
Bless the Cash App.
Yeah, put our Cash App on there. Well, mine.
No, shout it out right now. Shout it out right now.
I don't even know what it is, bro. Would that work? No, this fool post it.
I'll post it.
Yeah, I don't even know what it is.
God bless the Cash App, man.
And happy belated birthday to
Thank you,
Chico.
brother. Thank you.
Yeah, dude. Happy belated, bro.
I know.
And happy
I'm
2
old as
years.
shit now.
Time flies. 2 years?
2 years, bro,
God.
with the pod. You really looking it up?
Yeah, well.
I still remember listening to that Jerry
Well,
Alonso episode.
Oh, yeah, here it goes.
Yeah.
Oh, Jerry?
Yeah, Jerry.
We got to bring him back, bro. I actually had fun that time.
What's the Cash App?
Money sign or dollar sign, NOE 1987. Go bless that Cash App. We broke as hell. Let me show y'all. $0 right now.
So go bless the Cash App. Hey, estamos. Thank you guys for listening, for watching. It's Compas Unfiltered.
Peace.
God bless.
Did anybody send you money on Zelle?
Hell no.